sound the alarm because
Yep.
this is Blurred Alert, a place where we talk toys, TV, movies, and more. Welcome, everyone. We're starting a little early. We had a quick chit chat about, hey, it's summertime. Maybe we start a little early so that we can get to bed, get a little more sleep, be more well rested to attack the rest of the week. But we are still excited to be here. If this is your first time here, I am Quip, aka Scotty Quippin, aka Stephen Q Yerkel. And along with me on this fantastic voyage are two toy makers making a name for themselves in the industry. Along with us, we've got Sebastian Gomez of Sebastian Gomez Toys, also the lead toy designer at Sneak Attack Toys, también conocido como El Jefe de Juguetes. How are you doing, Seb?
I'm good, man. It's been a nice Monday. My wife and kids are back from their little vacation for the weekend.
Okay.
I did a little project in the house, which was nice. It took me away
Nice.
from looking at a screen for, a long period of time.
Always.
And
good
I got
know.
to randomly call some friends while I was doing errands, and they
Which
answered
friends?
and we chatted. So I talked to
Nice.
Danny and I talked to Pat
Okay.
in that order. And I don't know if you guys know, but I randomly like calling people sometimes.
Yeah,
And
you do.
sometimes
me
I
up randomly.
Yeah, sometimes it freaks people out, but I just feel it sometimes, and I'm glad that I have people that will listen. So
That will
No, I
pick
dig
up the phone instead of
instead of
ignore.
like, yeah, I don't know what's going on,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna text
Yeah.
them back afterwards. But yeah, grateful for friends that are willing to listen to me chat about things.
That's
That's
great.
awesome. That is awesome. It's always good to have friends that you can chop it up with. Speaking of friends that we could chop it up with, we've also got Brandon, aka BG, aka Gash Money Records.
What?
How are you doing,
Yeah.
Brandon?
I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere.
TR.
I got a new mic. If anybody can
It
hear
does. You
the
sound
difference,
crispy. This is
is it
welcome to the
crispy?
smooth jazz version of
Even my
Blurred
whistles
Alert.
have like texture now, so I'm glad. I'm doing good. I'm getting geared up for 4th of July weekend. We don't really celebrate like Independence Day in particular. It's just a good time to get people that we haven't seen in a while together, barbecue, chop it up, watch random movies, and then look outside our window and see our neighborhood getting torched up and blown to pieces by people who have illegal fireworks. So I love it.
I think we should watch Independence Day. That is a good movie to watch at this
That
point.
is a Quip
Mm,
household tradition.
is
That
it?
is anytime we get a new TV or there's some sort of upgrade, 4K, Ultra HD, whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
Advertisements worked on me. Y'all remember when Blu-rays when Blu-rays first came out, and even was it
hmm
even DVDs when they first came out? How they
HD
had
HD
the
DVD.
commercials with Independence Day and the
Yep.
White House being blown up. And
Perfect.
so that's just kind of a family tradition where
You're
we'll do
not
like a
lying.
welcome to Earth.
And then the punch out. You
Yes.
got to
But I mean,
punch out
dude,
that alien.
that movie had so many stories. It had the redemption arc of the drunk dude. It had
Yeah.
the president. That president that we always want to, we all want to have that kind of president. I don't know if he was good at leading, but he could
Mhm.
hella fly a plane.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good at
He
it.
could do that.
He's a
And
fighter
Yeah.
jet pilot.
he was
Yeah.
good looking. His
That's
wife
cool.
seemed to love her.
It's cool to have on the resume. Like, I don't know any other presidents who could go into battle with an
With an
alien
alien,
threat.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's an
like that's a
alien
good
threat.
movie.
Live to tell the story.
That one's on the list for Independence Day, but Men in Black also. Like all of
What?
Yeah.
Will
That came out
Smith's like
around the
summer
same summer.
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta put
Wait,
it. You gotta
was Will Smith like a patriotic symbol back in the day?
He was just the summer king for a while.
He
Like you
was.
had Bad Boys,
He was.
Independence Day, and then Men in Black.
Well, and then he had that other run where he did Pursuit of Happiness, I Am Legend,
But those
and
we don't count that as summer movies.
what?
Those are tear jerker.
Dude, those
like,
are some of my. I get
Pursuit
it.
of Happiness.
What about
come on?
Good.
what
Yeah.
about iRobot?
And Wild
Where-
Wild West.
What
Dust
is
tapes.
iRobot for?
iRobot solid and
Ooh,
very
That is
much
solid.
as
Will
of
That is
late.
Smith.
solid.
Will Smith, Rank and Ramble.
Oh yes, we are going. So we're definitely
We
going to
could.
have. There are actors who warrant their own rank
Oh,
and
yeah.
ramble. Will Smith is
Mhm.
one. Arnie is another.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of who
There's
else.
so
Will Smith
many.
and Arnie are like the top.
Stallone? Could we do a
Yeah.
Stallone?
We could do a Stallone, but I feel like it'd be a stretch.
It's like 6
I mean,
Rockies.
Is it?
yeah,
Stretch?
I was gonna say it could be
No.
like
You know,
Rocky, maybe Cliffhanger,
you got-
Cobra,
Yeah.
Tango and
no,
Cash, maybe.
dude, there's
Throw
enough.
Mama from the Train.
There's
Yeah.
that movie with where they do the nasty wearing helmets. Remember that?
Judge Dredd.
Demolition Man.
No,
Demolition
Demolition
Man.
Man. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Demolition Man. Yeah,
That's a classic.
It is a classic, and it
it's
has
classic.
Wesley.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's got Wesley Snipes. That was
Man.
supposed to be Jackie Chan's first movie,
What?
but he decided he didn't want his his first American movie, like his first introduction
Yeah.
to the U.S. But he didn't want to be introduced as a villain, and so
Nothing
they went with
against-
Wesley Snipes
Nothing
instead
against
of
him, but
waited.
Wesley Snipes killed it.
yeah.
He
yeah.
certainly did. Yeah.
So that's cool. All right. Before we dive too much deeper, we're already talking about other things and it's exciting. We're starting to ramble because tonight's episode is a ramble and rank. Did I mix it up? Don't we usually do rank and ramble?
Rank and Ramble.
Okay. I forget. I think it's ramble and rank. Anyways,
No.
we're going to be talking kid sports movies. This was inspired by an IG short that just happened to come along our feed that we kind of shared with one another from Trace the Goat, if you want to follow him. Really cool stuff. He does a lot of like the this or that movie quizzes on Instagram. So that just kind of inspired us. If you know what? It is summertime. We got good, like just the vibes are high. It's also our 23rd episode. So,
What?
put a little poll on IG for who your favorite basketball player with the number 23 is, whether it's Draymond Green or Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Just kind of, hey, he's
So what
he's
you
got
got?
the jersey. We know what Seb's is. I will tell you. So I got some feedback for those graphics. People were like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Like they Greta Thunberg me. They were like, how dare you use a picture of LeBron from Space Jam to talk about kid sports movies and not Michael Jordan? I got multiple messages like, what is happening here? And I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll clean it up. You bullied me. I will put MJ doing this, boy, I'm on you. Anyways, yeah, it's it was fun, but happy to be here. And before, without further ado, I do want to say hey to the folks who are able to join us at this new time for Blurred Alert, the BAMs, the A1s since day ones, the Blurred Alert mega fans, folks who have been holding us down. We appreciate you because the live chat is part of what makes it fun. Y'all are part of the show just as much as I, Seb, or BGR. So let me scroll up and let's give a quick hey to, I know VPG had commented here, but it's not showing up in StreamYard. So it looks like Detroit Dave is where I got to start, even though, again, shout out to VPG. I know he actually was in the chat with an early, if there's no MJ, there's no Space Jam. So, hey, all right, calm down. I fixed it.
Oh, dude. Well, you're going to say hello. I'll talk after you.
Yeah. We're going to go. All right. So we got Accomplished Everything Tube.
What up?
We got Technicolor. We got Dust Tapes. BG. Again, he's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
Right there.
What's good? We got Josh Brown Toys. There's
What
VPG. All right, boom. Yeah, we had to hit him up. We're like, wait, what's going on? Does he know we're going in early? We got Humpty. That's a newer name, but welcome. Thanks for joining us. We got Chris Babinski. What's going on? Keeping on going. Hey, Esther of Gum It Up Makers. Shout out to her. We are excited for her to be here. That's Esther Arriaga.
She had a birthday a couple of days ago. So
happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay. Did I say Dust Tapes? If not, I'll say it again. Dust Tapes. What's good?
Did you say them twice now?
Maybe. Needles is here. Yep.
Needles.
Will Smith here. Hello, guys.
Surprised Jada let him talk.
Yeah, TNT. He's Dynamite, and he is in the chat. Let's see if we got anybody else. Seb showing up in the chat saying hey to folks. All right, so let's get going.
7 pounds.
Without further ado, hey, there's
God.
Danny. I was gonna say I don't see Arriaga.
Arriaga.
Arriaga. Yep, there's Danny.
You almost
Danny
sound like
Vasquez.
those World Cup commentators from Telemundo with those.
Have you guys been watching the World Cup?
I have.
Have
I
you guys
have
been
not been
watching?
watching. I haven't been watching. I've heard Canada,
Get your
the
life.
U.S., and Mexico had all made it
Yep.
to whatever round. I know that was a very
Mhm.
exciting
Quick, you gotta
thing.
watch it in Spanish because you can do dishes and stuff, and
Mhm.
as soon as they start speaking fast, you know something is happening.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can make
and
it
you
to
rush
the
in.
TV. Yep,
Yeah.
It's genius. I love
it's
it.
like a audio cue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I love it. That's
It's
awesome.
fantastic.
Okay, all right. So let me see.
Speaking of sports,
yes. So yes, accomplish everything. I don't sports.
I got this shirt today.
Way
What they're at.
Spanish. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. I'll definitely have to listen to it in Spanish. Hey, and we got Tony Taponi. Awesome. Catching on the replay. Just
Skeletor
dropped
dunking
it.
on
We
people.
appreciate the love, Tony. All right. Let me pull up the pick. So again, we're talking kid sports movies. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it stars kids, but it's more driven to kids. We try to keep it to like PG or lower. Things that you can watch no problem. Maybe one or two earmuffs, but no more than that. You get 2 earmuffs for a kid sport movie.
I think it's also movies that maybe we watched as kids, right?
yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I think
What
it's
the things that we
most
watched
movies
as
that
kids?
we watched as kids, right?
Yeah, it's things that we watched as kids that we enjoyed. So people are already putting stuff in the chat. Young Hummus Among Us, shout out. Yep, he's got Airbud. Skeleball. I'm not familiar.
I showed
with
my shirt.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, is
There
that
you
a
go.
movie? No,
He's just
that is
dunking
a
on
Sebastian
people.
Gomez original. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, also kind of inspired by that San Diego Comic-Con Jimbro
exclusive
Skeletor. It's an SDCC
How many of those
exclusive.
do you think are gonna sell?
A lot, man.
I feel like it'll be readily available online. I might sell out in person. But the Mattel exclusives, Hot Wheels will sell out and Monster High will sell out. I don't know how much, and honestly, judging by the box office of the Motu movie, I feel like the Jimbro Skeletor might not be so hard to get, but we'll see. Dust Tapes Airborne, I would say would count. And there was a little bit of back and forth, but all right, let me go ahead and pull this up. Let me see.
Let's do it.
Close some other stuff. Close that.
I feel like today we're definitely rambling before we're ranking.
Rambling before the
but it's
rank.
only 12
But that's
minutes
good.
in. It's not too much.
That's all good.
And stick around too, because I do want to mention, BG's got some stuff that he could potentially share that might have to do with. I thought you said you shared some stuff in the group chat. You never sent it to me.
And I got.
But I don't know
extra.
if you can share.
I got
can
some
you share
extras.
That?
Yeah, I can share it.
Okay. All right, cool. Just checking. There's some
I'll
solid
share
call out. Yep. The Rollerblade movie. I was also thinking it almost made it, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. Hold on.
Oh,
I keep saying without
Disney
further ado.
movie one?
Rollerblade.
What's that?
movie?
Is that the Disney one?
Which one? Airborne? No, Brink is the rollerblading one for the Disney Channel movie. That was almost my number 3 pick. Almost, but it's not.
That movie was foundational.
Let me get here. Boom. Okay. Sharing this. All right. Pulling it up. Hey, we've got Hoop Dreams. It's a basketball court in the background of the graphic.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're going to kick it off. Seb, we're going to let you do the inaugural number 3 pick. And your number 3 pick for the Ramble and Rank of kids sports movies. Yo, what happened?
Oh my God.
Oh no, I revealed BGs. This is what happens when you do stuff last minute.
Does Gash go first?
No. Well, no, you can go first. You go first, Seb. Yeah,
I'm sorting
something happened
out
with the selection, and it's all good.
So first of all, I'm gonna disclaim this by saying that I definitely need to rewatch this movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being foundational to my youth. And also, like, I do a lot of Mighty Ducks stuff, so I could not have the Mighty Ducks here. But it's one of those great, like, casts. Every kid is playing a big role within the team. Who's the coach?
Emilio Estevez.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
He's great. And of course the logo. Did this movie come after the cartoon or before?
This movie came before the cartoon. cartoon was
So that
way
logo,
later, like after D3.
so that logo is for this movie.
With the duck and the helmet?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
molded?
it's right there. It's on the
Yeah.
It's
So
on
that
the
and
art.
then it migrated to the show, and then it migrated to the actual team.
No. I want to say the Anaheim Ducks had revealed the makeover. I feel like they revealed the makeover, their update, like on the hype of
The
Mighty Ducks, the first movie, and then that design had made its way into D2. In fact, if I remember correctly, there was an interaction with the actual like Anaheim Mighty Ducks in D2, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
I believe so.
There was some marketing campaign.
It's been a while since I watched it. There are different aspects that I enjoyed that I want to talk about. But Seb, please continue as far as why D2 is your favorite pick. And you know what? Since I already revealed Brandon's, I'm going to reveal mine. Might be a little controversial, but again, we're going to focus on Seb for the second. Hold on.
Do it. You guys, sir.
Wait, what? Is that sports?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But let's do D2 right now. D2.
I think, dude. I think, like I mentioned, I still need to do a rewatch. So I can't dive too deep into it, but I just know it holds a place. It holds a place in my heart. Sports movies, even now, I feel like there aren't that many stinkers. Sports movies have this thing of, I guess it's a positive thing most of the time, of making us feel good. Looking at the world in a different way. Even the World Cup, the World Cup has lifted this country up, even though like many people don't really care about it. It's been great. So like just sports in general, D2, the Mighty Ducks, everything about it, 90s in the best way. And I definitely need to watch it tonight. But that is my pick. I'm curious. I love gashes as well. So you can speak to that, Brandon.
Well, I want to talk D2 a little bit more. So
go ahead.
BG, are you a fan of Mighty Ducks 2?
You know what? I became a bigger fan of the Ducks when they became cartoon formed. And then I went back and revisit. I saw the movies because, it's like, oh, okay, there's a new Disney live action. It's not Pocahontas, it's not Little Mermaid. It's something that I can kind of like grab my teeth into because it's like aggressive young kids like me, right? So I'm like, all right, I can jump into the first one, and that one was remarkable. D2, I don't have too many big memories, but I just remember this was like a sequel that was unexpected to me, that came from one of those movies that I'm like, oh yeah, that's not like one of these, Pocahontas princess movies that I'm getting from the video store. I actually can see a sequel to. It's like getting a sequel to Sandlot, to be honest, and from Disney. And then it sprung into the cartoon, and then action figures and stuff like that, and the branding. Like you see that logo, and it's
iconic,
so iconic to the Anaheim team. And I didn't live out in California at the time; I still was living in Illinois, and just seeing that duck mask. I'm like, oh, I need a duck mask.
Yeah,
I just want to. I don't even know how to rollerblade properly, but I will go out with a duck mask and like strike. Oh, wait, what is Sebastian doing?
I think he might be going to get the mask that he got from. Let's see. Does he have the mask?
Put it on?
Quack,
dude, you gotta put it on.
Quack,
right?
Quack.
It's actually it's oversized by a lot. I'm not sure why, but this is the one from the promo that the team did like 6 months back or something.
That they put all the masks on the seats and all.
They did so, and they also allotted some stock for online, so I was able to pick it up. But yeah, it's a great mask, dude.
Nice.
That is a solid mask.
Put it on.
So I know my memory of D2 as Seb puts on the mask, dons the mask, is a couple things. One of the things that I love most, Knuckle Puck time, right? I mean, that was the introduction of Kenan Thompson's character, which was just awesome to see. And even when you talk about, so I did grow up in Southern California, and when you talk about like representation, where here's this team, and like the team from Mighty Ducks, like they had Jussie Smollett, and there's another actor, Brandon, I'm forgetting his last name, who was very prominent. He was also in Moonwalker. I mean that kid worked. Hold on, I don't want to.
I know
Brandon
I could
Quinton Adams. Yeah, also he was. Brandon Adams. So they had representation on the teams in one. But for the Mighty Ducks team to also come across like, hey, they're playing roller like hockey now, like they're playing hockey on rollerblades, and to come across a team that is more city kids, more urban, more representation of Black and brown kids, that was really cool for me, of like an expansion of the lore that was already the Mighty Ducks.
Right.
And so I was really excited to see that, really excited to see Kenan Thompson, where it was that rivals to friends, almost like that Vegeta Goku dynamic, where they're like, yeah, cool, let's do this. Like that was really awesome to see, and that I enjoyed. Also, the Bash Brothers, like there being two of them now, like that. D2 again, just the characters that they did choose to add in D2 were just great.
Well, and you have the Flying V, which was, you know, iconic, and that was, so I watched this in Chile, obviously, and this was one of those movies that makes you want to be in the US, right? Like this is one of those that make you be like, oh my god, like that is the best place to be, because of obviously, maybe objectively, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was, who knows, but this movie made everyone feel like it was. And hockey's always had that cool thing, like hockey's always been very I don't know, dynamic, and the whole the what's it called, the matchups have been really good. And also, I could be wrong, but maybe it feels a little bit like the first Rocky, where the scope was smaller, the story was more tight, and then you go to like Rocky 4 when he goes to Russia or whatever. This one is more international, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's true. And then what else was I gonna say? I forget. Oh yeah, this movie was also a big reason why. So I did rollerblade regularly. Like I was rollerblading, biking, skateboarding. I was just an outdoor kid, and so we absolutely were playing games in the middle of the street, like playing roller hockey, and then pick up the goals, like go to the side, and then bring
that
it
is
back.
Very true.
That was my childhood. So I love D2. D2 was a solid pick. It's funny because both of your number 3 picks were going to be my number 3 picks,
but
because you both picked them and we were already going to talk about them, that's why I got a little creative with mine. See,
well,
Detroit Dave knows what's up. Hold on, he's got game off, game on.
Yep.
Well, look, the chat has been buzzing since Quip showed his.
They sure have.
Quip knows how to work these things.
It's there. Yep. But just know, Cool Runnings and D2 would have been, either of those could have been my number 3
Cool
pick.
Runnings is
had cool. Y'all not picked them. But BG, Cool Runnings, let's talk about let's talk about it.
Can I
got the floor.
Flash back to okay, I'm hearing a dog in the background. Literally have the window open and like a dog is barking.
Wait, Brendan, do you have your lucky egg with you right now or no?
My what?
Your lucky egg.
Oh, you
you carry it. You got to pull it out.
I do have like a squishmallow.
Okay.
It's a cat squishmallow.
Close
but
enough.
It's not an egg.
Close enough.
But oh my god, this movie,
that would have been great if you reached it.
If I did reach down and I actually got an egg, like an actual like huevo. So
we gotta have more like
we need props. Creative meetings with props. So what this movie did, man, if I'm gonna rewind the tape. So I grew up in a household where Uncle Buck was on repeat, and therefore John Candy could do no wrong. Okay, let's just be honest.
Okay.
And any movie that he was in, we would rent and watch. The family would gather, and this one in particular, with John Candy, which brought brothers to the table doing a sport that they shouldn't do, but they did, was amazing to us, because it's like, wait a minute. I grew up in Illinois. I know winters suck, but now we're having like a full team, a Jamaican team. And at that point, with most movies that I've seen at that time, Jamaicans either were like caricatures of stereotypes that weren't always good. Like you put on a Steven Seagal movie and Jamaicans are getting snapped in half. I put on Predator 2 and all those Jamaicans are enemies to the streets of LA, you know?
Yeah.
But this one was like
positive representation.
And it is a motley crew, not even a motley crew, it is a brotherhood of these guys, of these characters that grow into a team with John Candy, and they actually get so close to the finish line, but it doesn't matter. It means so much more that they believe in themselves, that they believe in the spirit of going against the odds, pressed against them to accomplish something else than what is normal to them. And I love this movie. Movie.
And they faced a lot of adversity and a lot of they got judged a lot, right? Like there was a lot of there was a lot of biases. They didn't get treated the best, and they had a really positive outlook. Funny enough, looking at that cover of that DVD or whatever it is, John Candy wearing that jacket, he looks the same as he did in Home Alone. You know what I mean? When he
was the polka singer.
Yeah.
It might even be the same jacket. I don't know.
He brought it from one movie to another.
Accomplish everything. You grew up in Illinois too, you know.
Nice. Yes, we're freezing.
That's where that flavor comes from, huh?
Yeah. I will say, as far as cold. So again, growing up in Southern California, being close to Anaheim, Mighty Ducks were huge after. Like, we were all about it. We were also all about the California Angels after Angels in the Outfield too. So as far as sports movies go for California sports teams, it was a golden age in the 90s growing up there. But moving out east and experiencing the first like winter that was over here that had like snow, and we had moved like in the fall just before school started. And when I tell you, it was kind of like that scene in Cool Runnings where it's like they get off the plane and like, oh my goodness, it's so cold, and then they come out and he's like putting on all his clothes and getting layered up. Yeah, that was my whole family. Like, one of the first big purchases we made when we got out here was, all right, just giant bubble coats, giant jackets, just keep us warm, because we were so used to the Southern California.
How old were you when you moved out?
I was around 13. Yeah.
Enough to remember that first winter.
Oh, absolutely, to remember the first winter. In fact, I got in trouble, and my parents weren't actually too upset about it, because the first snow that season I was in school, and it was a buddy and I who he had moved. He was a military kid from Hawaii. So this was our first snow. So we picked up snowballs and we threw them at each other. We weren't aiming at anyone else. He hit me, I hit him. They were like, hey, you get there. And we got Saturday school for throwing snowballs. But my parents were like, okay, were you throwing it at anyone? Like, were you targeting? Nope, just me and my buddy. And he's actually your friend. And he threw one. He hit me, I hit him. We were just excited to see the snow. They're like, all right, whatever. Go do your time, like do your bid. But I didn't actually get in additional trouble for that. But that was my first winter story. But as far as Cool Runnings, loving it. That was a movie that was on heavy rotation in our house. Again, just positive representation. I can quote so many different lines where I will
when he would check on people, he'd be like, you dead?
Unka, you dead, man? Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. There's that. There's the how about I kick your butt? How about I draw a line down the middle of your head so it looks like a butt? That to me is my favorite. Dougie Fresh.
Oh, Dougie Fresh, man.
At the height of his just comedic fame. I mean, he was in his bag.
He
was on the Cosby News show. Like, he could do no wrong.
Right?
Like, Dougie Fresh, solid.
Or when you can actually snap off
Dougie Doug. Doug. Dougie Fresh is
when you could snap off a frozen dreadlock. I always thought of that.
What?
And I had and I had like cousins with dreadlocks and everything, and like we would be in Chicago, and it's like freezing, so everybody's bundled up and everything, and I would try to like, hey, cuz, come over here, and I'd grab one of his dreadlocks, it still would be soft. But because of this movie, I always wanted it to be like a snap off dread.
And you would have earned that cousin beat down if you actually did snap his dread off. I'm just saying, like, I get trying it as a kid, and that is one of those things that it's like, okay, you just have to learn where if it did actually snap off.
I mean, I'd be in trouble. I would be in trouble, but it's like
you would have caught the skibbity paps. Absolutely,
I gotta try it. I do believe like this is one of those movies that similar to like, you know, you don't win, but you win in something else, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that is a very important message from this movie. Yeah.
Do we get even movies like that? Do we even
we
get
do
those?
I mean it well
you don't get movies that heavy into character now because people get upset one way or another, right? Like this movie got really heavy into like the Jamaican thing for the better, I think. But if you made that now, it might be divisive, even though it shouldn't. So also this is like that mid-level budget movie that I don't know if they make anymore, right? Because this movie is not gonna make $500 million.
No.
So I don't even know if they try movies like that anymore. Before they would do like direct to Disney Channel or whatever. But I absolutely think they should. I mean, this is a comedy, right? Like it's an actual comedy.
Yeah. And historically, John Candy's last movie. I know he took
a pay
really? cut. Yeah. Either this one or it was what was the one where he was in the West or something?
Let me see.
Either it was that one or this Cool Runnings. It was one of them. But I know he took
Wagons East.
Wagons East, right?
That's what it's saying. But it was also in 1994. So
okay.
Yeah. That was a good year.
Yeah.
1994.
Wagons East.
Yeah.
But this was
93. Okay.
Like I said, in my household, John Candy could do no wrong. I don't know why. Maybe it was like because of certain cameos that were like in Illinois-centric movies. So like Home Alone, he was like dropped in there. Planes, Trains, Automobiles dropped in there, right? And those were Uncle Buck was a classic in our household. I don't know. I think either because of the pancake scene or just because he was like the 0 F's given uncle that most of my uncles were given. So it was like, all right. Yeah.
I remember the back and forth again where Macaulay Culkin was just a young phenom with the rapid fire questions, like him going back and forth with John Candy, and he's like, "You got a lot of questions. It's my job. I'm a kid." Like I love that exchange because it very much was my daughter. Like when she was really little, and she'll still have good questions, solid questions, but like just the rapid fire. Well, what about this? Have you thought about that? What about these? So yeah, it's fun that. No, there's a really good movie. Uncle Buck is good, and then Cool Runnings. Going into Cool Runnings, I could absolutely see why John Candy went triple platinum. But I do want to also call out Leon.
Leon, dude.
One name. Like
that's
Madonna, Cher. At the time, just Leon was in his bag with 5 Heartbeats, and he was. You could see him everywhere. So to have him as a lead was a major get. And then Malik Yoba, I know I had seen him at the time on New York Undercover, right? So I was familiar with.
You watched New York Undercover?
Oh, I watched New York Undercover.
What?
New York Undercover came on. It was Martin Living Single, then New York Undercover, if I remember correctly for the lineup. I don't know. Some people here might have been watching Friends. That was what I was watching as a kid. So, yeah, I'm forgetting though. I might be getting my timelines mixed up, but I just do know I recognize the actor from New York Undercover. Above the Rim is another solid call out. Thank you, VPG, for Leon. Yeah, and then the story of what you were kind of referring to, Seb, of them all coming from different walks of life, and Like you had, like, I like the opening scene where it had the like well, that wasn't the opening scene. The opening scene was him running around and women hitting on him and ogling him, Leon. But the actual race where they're racing and then one person trips up and then it messes up the other people. But you had like the rich kid who just wanted to kind of be accepted, have friends, things like that, wanted to grow up and be his own man. Again, another quote that I've used with my daughter. What do you see? I see pride. I see power.
Oh yeah.
I see a
So
bad
good.
mother who don't take nothing from nobody, right? Just that, again, that was a little quip edit. But still, then to have the, cantankerous, it's almost like a Ninja Turtles vibe too. You have these 4 people coming together with the different personalities. Okay, he's cranky, but he brings the force, he brings the strength. Right. And then you've got kind of the jokey one who doesn't take things too serious, but is more the heart of the team in Dougie Doug and his friend, right? You've got Leon playing Leo. And then you've got the rich one who's upper crust, been to all these different prep schools, and he should be a doctor. There you've got your Donnie, right? So the fact that they were able to kind of capture that dynamic of all those different personalities and bring them onto a team. And then you have John Candy, who I'd say is more of a sarcastic, like the Raph, but he was the splinter, right, of the group to bring them together, to really mentor them so that they can grow and kind of focus and learn their different positions of, there's that scene where it's like, hey, you're going to be this position because this is the strength you bring to the team. And this is your position. This is why you're important, and how they all needed to move as a unit, right? It was a beautiful example of teamwork. And like you said, BG, a good story of, even if you don't win, like you could put your best foot forward and you could still defy expectations and you could still accomplish a lot without winning.
Yeah.
And still, that doesn't mean that you are a loser. Like, yes, you lost the overall contest, but you are still a winner as far as in your personal achievement and focusing on competing against yourself and knowing what you can accomplish and doing your best and remaining determined to finish things. Yeah.
You could always accomplish everything, right? No? Yes?
Yeah. Well,
you can accomplish everything.
Exactly.
Accomplish everything.
That's a nod
to our.
That's what that was for. Yeah.
To our good friend,
composer.
Yeah. Shout out.
Just because of that, we should play the intro again.
One thing that's cool about sports movies is maybe you don't win, but it's that moral win, right? Because in the world, like outside of sports, we're not really winning, right? Like our wins are smaller, and we don't get trophies in the things that we do, right? Obviously, we have projects and things that we accomplish, and those are wins on their own. But we don't have like finals or things like that where we can compete against others. If anything, a lot of our competition, I feel like it's, I don't know, that's a conversation for a whole nother day. How do you manage being competitive, but also communal, not going against your community kind of thing? So
I guess, you know, what's kind of weird about that is like, as you're saying that, San Diego Comic-Con's coming up really, really fast.
Sure.
It is.
And as a sculptor, and you're going to be in this bracket too, where you're checking everybody's game, man. You're checking all these different companies, different sculptors, seeing what they bring to the fore. And you're going to be like, oh, man, that is, so good.
Top tier.
So good. Top tier.
Yeah.
And you're bringing your A game too. It's going to be on a bigger stage. And so when you see a Mondo booth, you see a NECA booth, you see your booth, Seb, you're going to be like, man, damn, they're bringing it. They're bringing it. We're going to have to bring it. We're going to have to bring it next year. We're going to have to bring it the year after that, every year.
Isn't there
Super 7, everything?
Isn't there a scene in that movie in Cool Runnings where they show up somewhere and they see like all the fancy people with their fancy outfits and their fancy equipment, and it's kind of like their Comic-Con, you know? They're looking around like, holy, what is this, you know?
Yeah. So you kind of like, you put it in your spirit. It's not like bashing other artists, but you have that competitive like spirit in you, like
the hunger.
I just want to be on the same stage. Yeah, the hunger. You just want to like at least show up and show out just a little bit, you know. So
just a little bit. You gotta feel the rhythm.
You gotta
feel the rhyme. Get on up. Bobsled time. That's it.
wasn't there a story like this in real life that happened like half a year
It
ago?
was, yeah.
Oh,
In
half.
86
No,
or
maybe a
80.
year ago. I can no.
Oh,
It
you're talking
happened
about when
recently.
Oh, the
the
bobsledding?
yeah.
Like,
So
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say as far
yeah, it
as
was a
the
real.
impact of this. Of
Mhm.
one, it was inspired by true events, right? Like they took a
Mm-hmm.
lot of artistic liberties for the sake of drama around Cool Runnings. That shattered my world once I learned, okay, it didn't exactly happen like this.
Right.
But still a good inspirational story to the point to where even now in the 2020s, we're excited to see the Jamaican bobsled team in the Winter Olympics. It's just like even if you don't catch all of it, you're like, okay, I need to see a couple runs of the Jamaican bobsled team. Like they have the world pulling for them,
100%.
all on the backs of Cool Runnings, and
Dude,
so
in
it's
bobsled,
just fun. Yeah.
It's a freaking terrifying sport, man.
Oh, all of the like most of the winter sports. You've got skeleton where they're just sliding down by themselves on a toboggan. You've got what is it? Like there are some where it's just like two dudes laying on top of each other,
Sure,
or like two women laying on top of each other. And a fun fact about that sport, I'm forgetting the name of it now, is that like it's like there's no rule that says that it can't be a man and a woman. It's kind of it's funny.
And how do you think that got started? You know?
Yeah, like we gotta stay warm, right?
I can go down this hill by myself, but you know, it'd be even radder is if I was like on top of you and we were laying down and going. People go through all sorts of lengths to just cover up their preferences, and you know what?
No, 100%. Yeah,
just be proud. Just go do whatever you feel like doing. It's okay. You don't need to hide behind a sport. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, the fact that people still pull for it. I don't know if that's what you were referring to, Sebastian, the most recent Winter Olympics, where people were just excited to see the Jamaican bobsled team. It's just always a fun thing to look for. Like, hey, did they qualify? Or they're going? So
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're on to my number 3 pick.
Oh
my God. Controversial.
A little.
Nick Dillinger says, "Happy Pride Month, you all." So
yeah, exactly.
You know
exactly.
Happy Pride.
But yeah,
I
can't believe this is an option.
I can.
That you got served?
Crazy, man.
Yeah, you got served. What?
Here's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Let me tell you how my brain works and how I landed on you got served.
Yeah.
So as I'm thinking of sports, right? I'm thinking, okay, what, like we were just talking competitions. Dance absolutely is a sport with respect to the athleticism that's involved. And we were just talking about the Olympics. And even though Australia kind of, well, not, I won't say Australia, ray gun specifically from the Australian team kind of ruined it. Break dancing did make its way to the Olympic stage. So if bobsledding is a sport,
breakdancing
is a sport.
So why didn't you pick breaking or Save the Last Dance?
As much as I enjoy, Save the Last Dance.
Yeah, dude. I remember I used to watch that when I was a kid. I see it now and I'm like, that was bad.
Oh, it's garbage.
Hold on, let me sit in my chair and rock back and forth.
That was bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, now you got it. Now you got it.
But what I did enjoy through and through, and for those of you who have not had the pleasure of being served, you don't know now, but you go find out, because this movie is about folks who are trying to earn money for their dance studio, and at some point, even just for anybody who hasn't seen it or initiated one, opening scene with Steve Harvey judging. Hey, Judge Steve Harvey, judging the dance competition in this warehouse where, again, you've got a whole team. I don't know. Am I crazy as far as loving dance movies and always wanting a crew? Like, sure, I can do little dances. We've talked about it before, where my mom or aunts or grandma, hey, do that little dance you be doing. Sure.
Come on, baby. Do
but
that
I
dance.
Never had
Come out here and do that dance for everybody.
Like, I didn't have a little saint to do it for, right? So the fact that just this movie, and as for all all of the twists and turns where there's a point where one of them is a doughboy, so he's running like money for selling dope, and then he gets robbed, and then it's like the gangster's like, well, I still need my money. And this is a dance flick, like overall. There's also the obligatory dancing hard in the rain. I mean, B2K is involved with this. This movie came out in 2004. So I mean, you talk about watching this on repeat, getting the moves down. I mean, crisp, clean, right? Don't know that I don't remember the routines now, but at the time, oh man, I was watching this.
Okay. Were you still in California when this came out?
No. I was
it was after
when this dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you said after this dropped out in California, was there a big like resurgence in dance competitions? I mean, I do know other like dance movies got really big. Like I know there's You Got Served. What is the big dance movie?
Here's my note on the movie. When this movie came out, I remember because it was a big deal. And I remember this being like the Fast and Furious of dance movies. Like the first drop like an atom bomb, and then you had all sorts of other movies sprouting out from like competitive dance. Like you'd have, oh wow, we're gonna do this with salsa now or whatever. We're gonna do this with
that's fair.
Some other kind of dance, you know, like even cheerleading movies got deep into it, you know.
Cheerleading movies, I almost went Bring It On, but I didn't really watch it like that as a kid.
Okay.
So I did. Yeah, but
Seb did.
I did.
Yeah. I always Bring It On.
But You Got Served. I mean, they were younger and doing these things at the time. I mean, I say kids, so somebody was hey, it doesn't sound like a kid's movie. There wasn't a lot of cursing in it. You could still, at least I don't remember it. I remember dancing being a big portion of it, and then again, I don't know.
You broke the rules, Quip, and that's fine. You're the host. You can break the rules. That's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like watching it as a kid and it being driven so there was a lot of
who was your guy?
Middle school.
Did you have
Who's my guy? I was totally on Omar. Like Omarion was that dude. Right?
He was that
the
dude.
Points where I never had him, but I even kind of wanted cornrows. I'm not gonna lie. Like this was cool. I used to want to wear.
You never had them?
Nope, never had them.
What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, I had them.
You did it?
Yeah.
The straight backs?
I did have the straight backs.
Now, was it because of AI though?
It wasn't. No. You know what? Okay. It was just a different look for a nerdy kid. I got tired of just high and tight or just like low cut anything, and I was like, man, I need to change my style. And the 2000s, man, you cannot even throw a rock without hitting somebody with braids. Somebody had braids.
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
The black community.
And accomplish everything. Sorry, go ahead.
I might have thought maybe I could look like D'Angelo.
How does it feel? Yeah. Were you?
It never happened, but
upsetting your parents? They were like going to cook something. Like, where is all the vegetable oil? And BG is in the mirror.
No, my mom actually would braid my hair after I grew it out long enough. She would actually be like, "Okay, all right, baby, I know you want braids or whatever, so whatever."
That's what I was going to ask. How long it has to be in order to get braided?
But she
depends.
She was so happy when I cut my hair short. After that, she was like, "Oh, thank God."
Less to do. Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay. I was gonna say before we move on to our number 2 picks, accomplish everything too. That is a solid pick. Surf Ninjas. I hadn't even thought of that. Is an outside the box.
Surfing is a sport. Surfing is a sport. For sure.
But I wanted to, I don't know. I was just feeling You Got Served. That's what came to me. It's something that I enjoyed a lot as a kid. Apart from, again, real answer is probably Cool Runnings. But because Cool Runnings was taken, I went with the You Got Served. Just to mix up the conversation.
We did doubles. We did doubles all the time. You could have chosen.
We did do doubles, but I don't know. It's fun to talk about other things. And I do want, so we will pull up other people's picks too. Actually, I've got some starred picks. Let's go ahead. Why belabor the point? Let's see. We got some other ones. Okay.
Yeah, we are rambling.
Sandlot 2 for number 1. That's an interesting choice, VPG. I'm joking. It's Sandlot, and then number 2 is Space Jam, and then number 3 is Rookie of the
Year. Space Jam 3. What's going on here?
Wait a minute, Space Jam 3. What?
Space Jam 3. Oh. He knows something we don't know. No. And Sandlot 2.
Real quick. I saw this interview with Tony Hawk, who said that he was almost slated to make a skate jam after Space Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I saw
that. We could have had.
Well, we could have had. Yeah, we could have had it. But Rookie of the Year is a solid choice. Johnny Tsunami.
Oh, dude,
is a good one.
Johnny Tsunami was good.
Mm-hmm. Dust Tapes pulling up 6 Man with Kadeem Hardison and Marlon Wayans. That crossed my mind, but because we're staying in kids, we got to do just another sports movie, just in general. One of these. I know we were trying to.
Why Man Can't Jump has to fit there.
We can't. Yeah, we can't just anchor it to kids. Because there's a lot of sports movies.
That's true. But this one was just fun, kind of mix it up again. It's summertime.
The Karate Kid.
I'm also thinking what movies have I liked to share with my daughter. So we got Esther Arriaga saying The Sandlot, Rookie of the Year, Mighty Ducks, Karate Kid, right? Humpty coming out with Rudy. That's a really important message of a movie as well.
Jesus.
Apparently Rudy was a little bit of a tool in real life, though. That's what I heard. But
unfortunately, I mean, there's always you can enjoy the story. I mean, Michael Jordan is a tool in real life. So
what? How dare you?
come on, that dude. Like, I mean, I get it. It gives you a competitive edge in order to achieve things. You gotta like kind of have that mentality. But
sure,
really. We all saw the same documentary. Maybe I'm biased because I've always been a Scottie Pippen fan.
Scottie Pippen,
especially Scottie Pippen. You know, so I'm just saying, Pippen almost took him there the year that Jordan conveniently decided to play baseball and wasn't suspended for gambling or anything like that. We don't talk about that though. Detroit Dave, Little Giants, Space Jam, and Remember the Titans. All solid picks.
Remember the Titans.
Hey, and Nick Dillinger saying really appreciating that BLERD number 23. BLERD Alert 23 is a meta reference to Jordan's number.
We totally planned it that way.
We did it on purpose. No, don't you say anything, Sebastian. We did this on purpose.
I think it went beautifully. It was serendipitous.
Sports. We're gonna do it.
Tech with Sandlot, Mighty Ducks, Little Giant, Rookie of the Year. List goes on. Right. So many great ones. All right, so now we dive into our number 2 picks, and if you haven't already shared, please do share. VPG, he's changing it to Varsity Blues. He got Game and Thrash.
Oh my god, these are good picks.
Anyways, all right, moving on. Let's go to our number 2 picks.
Who goes first?
Okay. So, Gash, you can go first this time. Hopefully, I didn't mess up the. There we go. All right.
Ooh,
we were just talking number 23, Space Jam.
Space Jam. Number 1. Oh, yeah. I remember number 1. Okay.
Yeah. What is number 1? Who knows? Okay. All right. So, Space Jam.
Okay, I ain't going to spoil it.
Okay.
Space Jam was, man, it was a tug of war for top spot. But growing up in the 90s and Michael Jordan being in the backyard in Illinois, that was a big deal. This still is a big deal in my household. My dad worshipped Michael Jordan and just happened to love the Looney Tunes. So when you
marry them
both
together,
of those things, it just was explosive.
Yeah.
It was explosive. I don't even know how it happened, but when it did, it took over our world, the world. There was a soundtrack. We can't discuss who was on that soundtrack, but there was a song. There was a song that ripped through the Black community. Still does. And
not just the Black community. I'll say
all
I've
the
seen
communities.
The whole
all
community.
kinds of different levels of melanation singing.
Good Lord.
That song, like kids choirs singing the song, right? It was the graduation song of elementary schools across the world. For I believe.
Dude, but that intro, I watched Space Jam this year in the movies for the first time because I didn't watch it in the movies. So I took my son and my wife my 5-year-old. And just that intro of like having him play in the yard, and I've talked about this before, how this movie,
Yeah.
everything about it felt relatable, obviously outside of the fact that he was playing with cartoons. But everything was brought down to like middle class suburbia, even though it was Michael Jordan. Like I remember that scene where he's like wearing sweats and like he's not wearing a shirt and he's just watching TV like in a hotel room. And it just seems like it's a regular motel. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is Michael Jordan and he's like in this regular motel just kind of hanging out watching the game or whatever. But I was gonna show this. I got more props, but
you got props.
Yeah.
Well, I picked this guy.
Hold on, let me shrink this up.
Can we single you?
Yeah, that's boom, and then we'll make you big. All right, that's my face. Boom, your beautiful face. Ooh.
What? Oh wait. You got that from the theater?
No, dude. So this is from their Tops that came out. It's not. Is it Tops? I think it's Tops. One of those. But basically, I overpaid a lot because I got him on eBay. I got him on eBay before they came out, like on Target. So I paid a lot for 3 packs, and then I realized that I overpaid. But I got this card, and when I went to Toylanta, I talked to Craig from YHS, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you've been collecting those Space Jam cards," and he mentioned that he was too. And I told him, "Yeah, I got the red Michael." He just kind of looks at me like, and like looks at me like it was an interesting thing that I said, and I was like, oh, "Okay, cool." So I went home to look, and this card is like a couple $100. This red one.
Wow. Okay.
So cool. Because it's numbered, you know, it's there was 1996 made, which is cool because it's the year that it came out. But I got a good card out of those overpaid packs, so that's a good story.
That's awesome. And also looking here in the chat, because we're talking about different songs, right? So we were talking about I Believe I Can Fly.
Yep.
We can also talk about Quad City DJs. Come on and slay.
Oh my God. Stop.
I mean, that song.
So was there ever a basketball game that you guys went to? Like my sister played basketball. We would go to different meets and everything, and that song always played.
Absolutely.
Either on the
Every
bus,
single that was the jam also. So jam. Walking through a couple of these because we've also got as I was trying to pick songs, we've got Bugging Out, the rap song by Bugs Bunny. Like that is a song that I hadn't thought about until we were really going through this. And I see you, Slip. I'll make it big again. Go ahead, pull it up. Boom. But Bugging Out, a rap song. Does he have long furry ears like this? Can he rap like this? Like you had a song of Bugs Bunny rapping, and then my personal favorite song, which, funny enough, I got to introduce you to, Seb, when you were doing the Monstars, and I was like, "Oh, you got to do the Monstars theme," and you're like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Lightning strikes the court, lights get dim, extreme competition is about to begin. Above the rim, hit 'em high." Is my personal favorite.
I used the hell out of that song in every post that I made.
Yes, because it's just such a dope song. You've got Busta Rhymes, Method Man, LL Cool J, what is it? Be Real, just who else? Coolio. Again, you talk about folks that were having a moment in the 90s. Just all of those rappers coming together. I feel like I got them all. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody off. But no, that song itself, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high, and you hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em low. That song makes me want to root for the Monstars. Just because it's
100%.
Yeah, but soundtrack wise, awesome. And then Seb, you were talking about even just the opening, which kind of went into the Quad City DJs, right?
Oh, such a good opening, yeah.
Where like you remember him slow motion going towards the hoop and everything, and then them cutting to all the highlights of Jordan. And that was good. Again, shout out to that actor. I believe the actor's name, hold on, I wanted to pull it up, who played young him, Brandon Hammond, also known from Soul Food. Again, so Brandons are showing up, man. Brandons are representing. Big Mama, your arm. He played the young Michael Jordan in that opening. So
I think,
and that's a powerful opening too, because like I don't know before then did I ever see like a representation of Mike's life besides like, you know, just maybe some clips and stuff that my dad would show me, like, oh, he played for this college, North Carolina, blah 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 blah, you know, and then became the Jordan, you know what I mean? But seeing him as a kid practicing made it even more important to me as a kid to like maybe practice my craft even though it wasn't sports, it was art, you know, it was like draw every day, sculpt every day, every single second that you could master what you are driven to do or whatever.
What is it? 10,000 hours.
Yeah, that was 10,000 hours.
Dude, but even the conversation with the dad, like it was perfect because Michael, the character, he didn't make it too big, and the dad also didn't make it too big. Like the kid is like, "You think I can do this?" And the dad is like, "You know, sure." You know, everything was very like low key, and that's what I liked about that movie. The pacing, the soundtrack, everything was very like here, where it could have been, you know, it could have been like, Dad, I know I have what it takes, and he could have been like either all for it or he could have been like against it, you know what I mean? But he was just there, just matching his energy.
Yeah. And we were only gifted certain number of films that had like live action mixed with 2D animation. So like the one before Space Jam was Who Framed Roger
Rabbit. Yep.
And so it'd been like a decade before we seen like that same technology. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was like cool.
No. I was agreeing with you. Right? So Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Then you had Opposites Attract, Paul Abdul. That was just a quick music video with DJ Scat Cat, and then
but a full feature film.
Like exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was. Oh yeah.
Well, this movie had Ivan Reitman, right, from Ghostbusters attached to it as well.
Did it?
Yeah, and then you had Bill Murray. Bill Murray made his cameo.
Yeah, Ivan Reitman was the primary producer. I remember because I watched like a little behind the scenes, and I also have that book that they had a hell of a time trying to make this movie, dude. I heard somewhere.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Before we go too much further, I do want to, so we can just go ahead and pull this up now. Seb.
Oh, it's your number two, bro.
That's flipped, Quip. That's flipped. That's on you.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. All right. It's on me.
But that's fine.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Could I also share a snippet of little
Is bit of hold on, I want to check my receipts just to make sure I'm not.
No, I think you're right. I think I accidentally reversed them.
Regardless, they're great.
Yeah.
Could I also put a little something out there that's never been shown?
Oh God,
that I'd like to share.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna put some R. Kelly music.
Oh, if you believe it, then you can achieve it.
Good. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop sharing. If you're gonna share, go ahead and
let me pull it up. Add it in here.
And while you share, maybe I can fix this real quick.
Shout out to the wife with this hat that she brought me today, because these are the good old days.
Love the good old days.
Just here in the internet, talking to my friends, with friends. It's all good.
There we go.
All right, there we go. I see it now. So this is, and I would like to preface this with, this is why I went with the initial image of Space Jam: A New Legacy.
That's true.
For the thumbnail, just for folks to know. So they wanted. I'm just saying, I fixed it now, but
totally
BG. I get it. Yeah. I thought you were talking about my thing.
So when the second Space Jam, the movie we shall never ever talk about, was about to come out, I was a ghost sculptor for another artist named Mr. Brainwash, and he was doing a pop-up for Bloomingdale's in New York, and it was a whole to-do. Like it needed life-size versions of LeBron and Bugs in their uniforms for like some other stuff that they were selling at Bloomingdale's. So like the backpack and some other merch and stuff like that. And he was, collab with that. He's a bigger celebrity than me, obviously. So I go sculpted for him to do these actual props for that pop-up. And so I have some behind the scenes.
Dude, what do you think that LeBron is right now?
Say what?
What do you think that LeBron is right now?
In a dumpster. In a dumpster somewhere. Nobody cared about the movie. Unfortunately.
He's still smiling, you know what I mean? Just with trash all around him.
Oh.
But I sculpted him, man. Like there were some 3D scans I had to clean up.
Yeah.
And I had to pose him, do the uniform, do everything, get all the colors correct and everything else. And I got too close to LeBron.
Wait, you have scans of LeBron? That's pretty nuts.
But the thing about it, and I can say it here, it's my podcast. He is a freakishly formed human being. Like he is not normally formed, even from scans.
He doesn't follow the standards.
No, dude. Like you have to make him a little more heroic. Like he obviously is gifted at the sport.
Yeah. And
he's just a freak of nature. But when you start going into the structure of things, he's kind of bow-legged, and bow-legged. And you could kind of see from some of the shots here. I had like smooth some of this stuff up.
Sure.
And make it a little bit straight.
Maybe that's what it takes, man. Maybe that's what it takes to be the great. You got to be bow-legged. I
think so. And 7 foot tall. So, I did a lot of sculpting.
I like the colors. Those are all Pantones, yeah.
Yeah, and all this had to be called out for when it went to the paint shop and for the painters, even with Bugs. Everything had to be called out. I love Bugs, man. Like Bugs was my guy back in the day, still is, as far as like Looney Tunes. And this is one of like the unpainted versions.
How did they attach with a rod, like a metal rod? I'm assuming the basketball.
So when I sculpted these, those files would be sent to a CNC machine, and they would carve that file data into foam, and then that foam would be hard cast from like fiberglass and like putty and everything, just to make sure it was like locked tight and solid. And then they would make molds. And let's see if we got some other images. There's some turns. There's Bugs.
Yeah, I love seeing those casts. Those are really cool.
There's it pretty much all together before, and you could see some of my amigos in the background. They're about to do some real work
really cool,
on LeBron. Yeah. Like sanding and like polishing and getting him prepped for paint. Like these guys.
Wait, that's life size, you're saying?
Yeah, life size, dude.
So
1-to-1.
Yeah. Look how giant he looks compared to the dude.
Compared to Josue is like he's like,
I wish I was 5'9", 5'10", yeah.
But it was great, man. It was a great experience just to be on the floor and like seeing it develop before paint, and then be painted and then put into Bloomingdale's. Even though like I wanted the movie to succeed, that's a hard chase, man. Like the first Space Jam is so tight.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
And it took forever to get made. The second one, they worked on it for a very long time. And then the worst part about it is that it became like an ad for Warner Brothers. Like it wasn't really a movie on its own. It was just a way to move in the other properties. That's kind of how I felt. But the animation itself, like the Looney Tunes stuff, wasn't bad. I feel like the players they picked maybe weren't as iconic as the original Space Jam.
They had Don Cheadle.
And LeBron can act to save his life.
How can Don Cheadle fuck up a movie?
I'm sorry. What happened to Don Cheadle, dude? Like he used to be like, he probably still is top tier. But his choice in movies has been a little. I remember, and obviously this is a really sad movie. It's not a movie that you watch all the time. But Hotel Rwanda, like that was,
that's really
acting,
good.
Dude.
So I did want to for 1 second, just rewind it a little bit. I don't think LeBron James is that bad of an actor.
I think he's funny. He's
yeah,
good at
so
being
that's
funny.
what I was gonna say. I think he's in his bag, like, because I've seen a couple clips of him with Bill Hader and kind of that back and forth of. So I think he's maturing into different roles. I know me personally didn't this, and let me double check my facts. I want to say I remember it dropping right around when we were still in the midst of C19. Space Jam. So what year were you working on that stuff, BG? Let me see. Yeah, 2021. Yeah. So you're talking, I mean, this is a time where we're still kind of isolating. We can't really get out to like go do things. And I remember streaming this at home with my daughter and it being kind of like a fun new exploration of, like, she had seen the original Space Jam, and so it was just another one. And even the new Space Jam, it exploring other WB properties. Yes, it was one big commercial for what was it, HBO Max or like the WB, all the different properties that they had. But still, it's a fun memory that I have, as far as like my daughter will like watching things like, oh, that's cool, like you had that, like you watched this growing up,
right?
And she'll take some of those things and they're her own. But it's cool when something comes out where it's like new and we're experiencing it together, and then she enjoys that as well. So she did have like the McDonald's toys.
I have a question for you guys, because I did notice during that movie that they made LeBron a cartoon a lot. Like they didn't have live action LeBron a lot in that movie. Do you think that was a choice just to like make the just to have him fit in different universes better, or you think, because at some point I'm like, is this the acting? Like they're trying to keep LeBron from being on screen for too long? Maybe there's like money issues. I don't know, but
it could have been from just separation of like actors next to other actors because of COVID-19.
And you mentioned it was pandemic, so maybe there was an element
for
to
reshoots and stuff like that. There might have been some extra footage just happening because of that. You know what I mean? To where it's like, oh, okay, you're not gonna be next to these people anymore, so we're just gonna get you in on a Zoom call.
Have you seen those pictures of Michael Jordan playing against the Green Man in the behind the scenes for Space Jam?
I have not. Let me see if I can pull some up.
So they're wearing the green suits because they're gonna get comped out. It's really funny. But no, I feel like the fact that the movie came out itself, like it's a good thing that it came out, because it was gonna. I know LeBron had pushed on it for a while, and he did want to do it. So I don't think it's a negative that it came out. But it was I don't know. Maybe people will be nostalgic for that movie 25 years from now. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah. And I'm looking here. So accomplished everything, calling out the fact that, so even though all the members of the Dream Team weren't necessarily in Space Jam, you had Muggsy Bogues, Charles Barkley,
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing. Who was the
tall dude? What was his name?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And you also had Larry Johnson. Sean Bradley?
I think it was Sean Bradley. Yeah. And then you had, let me double check that. But then we also had Larry Johnson, Grandmama, who was who was really,
isn't
really
Sean
famous.
Bradley younger, like newer? I could be wrong. But anyways.
No, I think you're right. I think it was Sean. It was Sean Bradley. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I think other things pushed the original Space Jam over the edge. Like McDonald's had tie into it. I don't know if
the other figures and toys were great.
And it had Lola Bunny, so
and you had
Lola Bunny was a phenomenon. You also had she's right up there with Roxanne when you
100%.
Yeah.
Leave out
let's make a new Space Jam with Lola Bunny and Roxanne playing together.
You could do that.
That's WB and Disney now. You gotta be careful. That's money.
Well, Disney will buy Warner Brothers at some point.
Eventually. But the new one had a couple of other players. I don't remember all the players who had their
it had Clay.
It had like Stu Bird. It had Klay Thompson. I don't know if Draymond Green had his power stolen, but I feel like he had made an appearance.
Who's the guy with the unibrow?
Oh, Anthony
Davis.
Davis, yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, so I think they did a good job with that. and the animations were cool.
Mhm.
It was really weird though that they had, and I mentioned like they had all the properties around the the basketball court. So there was literally like horror movie characters from Warner Brothers in
There
Space Jam.
were like Pennywise. There was
And
the
I was
Wicked
like,
Witch. There were
wait,
flying
what?
monkeys.
Yeah, it
There
made
was
it
the Nun,
weird.
which apparently was controversial as well.
Which one?
The
The Nun.
Nun, because I think there's like availability of movies or things like that. Like I think
Yeah,
that
it
was
just
a horror movie fans couldn't get access to it on streaming anywhere, so they were upset that so it's going to make an appearance in Space Jam, but we can't just get the movie on the streaming site. Yeah,
it felt
I
a
don't know.
lot. Yeah, it felt forced in that way. Talking
Yeah.
about things we couldn't get, Marvel versus Capcom 2. You couldn't get that game anywhere forever, and now it's everywhere somehow.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. All right, so let me pull up the number 2 pick again. Here, share
Yeah,
screen.
I
Just pull
took
it
up
up
way too much
here.
time on Space
Yeah, it's
Jam.
115 now.
I mean,
But
it's
Space Jam
worth
is
it.
great. And so I will say, so it was my number 2 pick as well. I have corrected the list. Mea culpa. Let me pull up Seb's number 2 pick, which I think a couple of people have already named in the chat.
Oh yeah,
It is
Woo!
Sandlot. Sandlot is Seb's number 2. So Sebastian.
Nice.
And this movie could be anybody's number one. If Space Jam wasn't around, this will be my number one because I remember watching this as a kid. Again, one of those suburban movies, seeing it as a young kid, not living here, kind of imagining how everything went. And also that beast scared the crap out of me, dude.
Oh my
Like,
god.
The Beast.
yeah, dude. I watch it now and I'm like, oh, that was a dog. But when I was a kid, I was like, that thing is terrifying.
Well, again, it was like kind of like a little mini horror film within this kid's sports movie, and I don't
It
know
was
if that's where you were going
Cujo.
to go with it, BJ, because it
Yeah.
was or BG because you didn't see it. There was the entity. It was the growls. You saw parts of things. You saw the slime. You saw what it did to the
It was
ball.
like the movie
And so there was a
Alien.
really big buildup,
Oh my
exactly,
God.
to the final reveal of okay, all right, like, but
was
even
just a
then, I
cute
think there was
dog.
even you saw the dog jump up and
Yeah.
like, and then there was the big chase scene.
The like Jaws. And let me tell you something. This may sound silly, dude, but I'm pretty sure baseball made it to Chile now. But when I was little, there wasn't really baseball there. It wasn't really a thing. I think there's a lot of Hispanic countries that play baseball, but they're mostly like kind of middle and then the tropical kind of areas. But even just the feel of a baseball, because I never really had it. So when I moved here, like just random things like baseball gloves, baseballs, we would buy all those things just to experience it because we had never felt it. So like again, this movie being baseball was a sport that I never really touched when I was a kid. Basketball was relatable, obviously football, football meaning soccer. But baseball was always this thing that was very foreign to me. So yeah, and then the characters, everyone had their look, everyone had like their allotted kind of I love these cast movies, man. They're so great.
No, that is all solid points. I know we'll go on to our number 1 picks because the number 1 pick, continuing the conversation, that is me and BG's number 1.
Oh, we
which is Sandlot. Yes,
absolutely.
our number 1 Sandlot.
So where do you want to go? Okay, I will know.
Why is it your number 1? Just talk about your experience watching it, what it evokes of your childhood.
You know what it evokes of childhood is that this is one of those movies where uniforms did not matter. It was just street clothes and a gang of kids getting together to do something. And that's how I was introduced to baseball. It wasn't like I had to join in through the school, buy a whole bunch of equipment, have like the proper gear to get into something. It was just, oh, I know a kid who knows a kid, and we're going to group up and go to the park and
glove,
do something.
hat, ball, bat, and you didn't even necessarily need a bat.
That's it. And you didn't really need any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you just stand there? Can you catch the ball?
Do.
Can you make do? So that it's almost the perfect, if we're talking like nostalgia, wrapped
Oh
up
yeah,
into a movie perfectly. This movie does it so well for any generation who just grew up without devices, without things interacting with your childhood where you needed to be on social media or anything like that. It was just kids, neighborhood. Lights go out, you better run home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
And
was, there are spots you hit with your friends. Pre
yeah.
cell phones, there was no text. Maybe you talked about where you were going to meet up the next day. Maybe you were late because you had to do dishes or run some errand with your mom, and you're just thinking, "Oh, I gotta meet the guys. I gotta meet up with
Yeah.
my friends."
That's
And you get
summer.
home and you're like, "Okay, all right, they're not over here. They're not over there. Let me go over to this back lot. Okay, all right, cool. Finally found everyone, and now you can play."
As we were talking, like as far as like a summer 4th of July
Yes.
movie, this one gets played in
Yeah.
rapid rotation.
dude. And
Every
also
year.
that what was that boy, the one with the freckles that got that hat gifted to him? That hat was ridiculous. It was just like the
Are you talking
biggest.
Smalls?
Yeah. You
Was it
killing me,
him,
Smalls?
the one that had like the huge hat?
Yeah,
with, like,
yeah, that's
it was
Smalls.
just-
That was the main
Okay, there we go.
protagonist who was,
Right.
or the narrator who was telling the story.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah,
just
that's
remember
Smalls.
that hat being so outrageous.
Yeah.
It was the best.
And
But
this,
he still had like, so sorry, continue.
no, go.
continue what you're saying.
You go.
I was gonna say again, like what this evokes for me, like as a child, is everything that you were describing, right? Of just meeting up with your friends, not everybody being great at everything, but knowing what your positions were, being good at your positions, doing things, but also like being kind to people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I was Benny the Jet, right? But very often, if we were picking teams, whether it was in school or whether it was in the neighborhood, I was often a team captain and making sure that you're welcoming the new kids, right? Instead of like stacking your team, sometimes you like, if you're good at sports, you can offset anybody who might be perceived as bad. So rather than like, oh, new kid, pick them last, whatever. Like a lot of times it would be, it was always great to either be that person that Benny the Jet was, or to have a friend. Like if you were that new kid, again, as a military kid who kind of like bounced around, and you were welcomed to the group by whomever the appointed social leader was for, hey, yeah, we're just going to bring him along. I get it. He's new. He's from out of town. He's from here. He's from there, whatever. But just give him some time. He's pretty chill. He's pretty cool.
Right.
And then vouching for him and then continuing, or from there, expanding the friend group and creating more memories. And so just running around, going to the pool.
The pool, dude.
Well, and
Yeah.
the loyalty that you're gonna get from those sleeper people, the ones that you picked and that others didn't, like the hunger that you're gonna get, the drive.
Yeah.
You can't, that's something different. Because a lot of times you have these like uber talented people that maybe don't have to try as hard, which is great for them, but they don't really make good stories as much as underdogs.
Yeah. And like you said, a lot of times people just need someone to believe in them. And so I do like, I like the Benny the Jet character. And I feel like even as a kid, seeing that in movies and wanting to do that for other people and be that for other people, as far as cheerleading them. No, you can do this. You can push through. You can accomplish this. And then when they do achieve it, right? A lot of times we just need somebody to believe in us.
Yeah, dude.
And order to be that motivating person, is fun, because then it's like, oh, you got to like be a part of that person's story, rather than, hey, if you kind of get in your own head and this isn't good enough, no, I don't think this is right. I'm not talking about just gassing people up, but I mean, yeah, hyping people up and encouraging them to be like, no, you got this, you're doing awesome things, keep pushing, like don't give up. So
I think low
a really
key
cool
there
part
was the message of, if you win, we win, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Low key. So it's like, even though you might be stranger to this, like you can grow into being great at it. Just practice, come and show up and have fun.
And
sorry, go ahead.
What was did that character have like a background story in the movie that led him to be who he was? Kind of, was there anything there or no?
I don't think there was a
don't think so.
backstory.
There wasn't
so
like
much as
any family, anything.
No, I
movie?
think it was he was really good. He was naturally talented,
Okay.
and he went on to the major leagues. But even then, like even when they were all playing with him, none of them were like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be competing with Benny." They were like, "Hey, we're going to get good too, or I enjoy this, or I know my position." Right? As accomplished everything Tube is saying, be a team player. But even like everybody on the team was trying to contribute to Benny's success, and I even like the concept. So Brandon, you were talking about how it wasn't like they kind of went up against the rich kids, right? In the 90s, a lot of the villains were the rich kids.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
and
the 80s and 90s. It's like
80s and 90s, yes. It was,
this ski resort has like a competition.
Yep.
For
but
the
to be
summer,
fair,
whatever.
to be fair, a lot of those rich kids from the 80s and 90s are supervillains now.
Sure.
I digress.
Yeah. Very much so.
Their mustache twirling.
Yeah. And so, but even then, there was still that moment where one of the kids who was one of the rich kids, right? Isn't that, correct me if I'm misremembering, but didn't one of the rich kids kind of look around and go, man, these guys are kind of jerks. I'd rather play with these like non-uniformed players. Right. I think there was a little bit of that background, or maybe
kind of like to talk about Space Jam. It's the same thing at the end of the movie. Michael is like, "Why do you guys take it from him?" He's like, "Because he's bigger." And then they realize, "Oh no, we're actually bigger."
Yeah, exactly. There was just that what is it? The underdogs banding together for a common purpose to achieve something, but also to help someone else achieve something too.
Well, and not to get too cynical, right? But I don't know if underdogs are as believed in anymore nowadays as they were maybe back in the day. Because now, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say is, but I feel like the underdog story was the struggle maybe to get somewhere was valued, and now it feels like I don't know, like again. Maybe like that.
You don't think an underdog story is valued in 2026?
Nowadays, I think it's
in your
valued.
opinion.
I think it's valued by the underdogs, but I feel like the underdogs are not the ones telling these stories, right? So, like, if you talk about, let's talk about the overlords, and let's talk about more community. So I feel like the stories are being told in a smaller. It's not a smaller scale because social media is huge, but those stories I don't feel are making it. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Like a prime time, like something.
I feel like they're still being made. I mean, I don't want. There is. I don't want.
And I'm mostly talking about real life, by the way.
Okay,
like mine were more into the real life thing, but
not just sports.
Well, I think the underdog story right now, like in real life, one of the most popular people, especially right now around World Cup time, one of the most popular streamers, right? I show Speed, and knowing his origin.
An underdog though.
He started off as an underdog, absolutely. So that's 100%. Kind of the thing, though, right?
100%,
that is absolutely his story. From hey, I'm streaming, nobody's really watching, and then a couple people, and him maintaining it, and then I think one of the things that made him get big was a little roach that like ran behind him while he was streaming, right? I mean, he was streaming, and through him maintaining consistency and being able to understand algorithms and what do people want to watch. Now you can question, okay, is it brain rot, whatever, but big picture is, particularly as of late, these past couple years, sure, you can go back and see some streams where Speed is like playing the fool, but what he's done, even from taking his popularity from playing the fool, and I'm going to tour Africa, and I'm going to show people another side of this continent, and I'm going to go to different countries. I'm going to show people that Africa isn't a country, it is a continent. There are multiple cultures and subcultures within those cultures, and I'm going to explore them, and I'm going to try the food, and we're going to show these different places and share these cultures, to shed a positive light on world travel, and him kind of mellowing out more. I feel like if we're talking real life, that is a real life kind of underdog story where he achieved, and he didn't just achieve, like he's one of those people that, seeing where he's at now, you can question, well, should he have been made famous and should he be making this much money for doing that? But it's one of those things where I feel like he is an objective example of people making the right person famous, because he does seem like a genuine person.
So one thing I like about him is that like a lot of his videos are just like good vibes, right? So he'll go to a community, he won't speak the language because why would he? And it's just a bunch of like guys and ladies, and then he'll do like a backflip, and then they'll all just like lose their shit together. So it's like that. It's just like that community of like, oh, let me make something cool, and then everybody reacts to it. So it's very like, it's very innocent in that way. And I recall when I first heard about Speed, it was a little bit ago, and I wasn't that much of a fan because I was one of those like, oh, he's just the guy on the computer. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
And that is the big deal. Like, it's just a guy on the computer. That is the story, right? And he seems to be a genuine guy. And like, we all know he gets paid, but I don't personally, it doesn't seem like it's all about money for him, at least.
No.
And he's the complete opposite of a Mr. Beast, for example, right? Like, Mr. Beast is like all about money. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's the opposite of, and he may be an underdog. He may have the same story as Speed, but it doesn't feel that way. The narrative is just not there. I mean, I went to Lowe's yesterday 2 days ago to pick up paint because I painted my bedroom. I mentioned earlier, and there was Mr. Beast product at Lowe's for like the kind of clothes that you wear for like doing work, like hard work, you know, like that kind of
Carhartt type
that kind of stuff. But it was Mr. Beast branded, and I'm like, that could not be furthest from
what he actually does, like what he's known for. It's not like a home improvement channel or anything.
Right. So it just feels like a guy that will literally put his crap everywhere. But anyways,
I can definitely see how it feels that way. Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, while he drops off, I know real quick.
We'll show my number one.
Yeah, Seb.
We're already at an hour and a half.
Yeah. What was Seb's number one? You can guess it. He said if Space Jam didn't exist, Sandlot would be his number one. So again, correcting it. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, Seb's number one is Space Jam.
I'm gonna put it here. I'm just gonna wear it for the end of this stream.
Just gonna go ahead and put that on so that when BG gets back on, he's gonna see you representing.
Yeah, but I mean, we're already at a good time. But yeah, we talked about all these things. Great movies, make us feel good. And Space Jam during the 30th anniversary this year is going through a little bit of a resurgence. I know there is we talked to Marco last week, who is a great artist. He's also like a little bit of an influencer within the Black community.
Not just a little bit. I mean, he's got a presence. He's got a following. But yeah,
he's pretty big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does events, and they go to Space Jam themed events and things like that.
I did see that.
So it's cool. I feel like we're getting to see a lot of things that we used to love. And we get to see him through the eyes of people that we either knew before or we know now, and we're starting to get closer with. So it's all these movies were able to do. I don't know if they did this when they came out, but they definitely do it now, is build community, right?
Yeah.
And Space Jam, my number one.
When did you come to Space Jam? What age?
No, Space Jam was young. Like that was young. I think it might have been around the time it came out. Because that was
everywhere.
95. What was 95?
95, 96.
So I was 7.
Yeah, 95, 96. I think it was 96. It was just before the 3P. Yeah, 96. Yeah.
So I was 8 years old. So that was a good time for like, I don't know, starting to find myself. And I don't know. I love that, like, whenever they added production value to 2D stuff, it was always in the shading, right? Like, whenever a movie would have shading in 2D, it meant that they had more money. Because I remember whenever they would do, like, the Kim Possible movie, or they would translate cartoons that were, like, episodes to movies, you could always tell in the shading that like, oh, this is a movie instead of just an episode. You know what I mean? I mean, even in Disney sequels that went directly to DVD, they would lose a little bit of that production value.
Yeah.
There was one movie. There was one movie that I saw. I can't recall which movie it was, but they talked about not having the budget to do highlights and shadows, so they always put the characters like under shady environments. So they could be flat,
Clever,
but the environment made sense.
Yeah, that's cool. So we do have a quick question. Your number one movie, Space Jam. We got a question from Dust Tapes. Is Seb still tweaking the Monstars sculpts for fun,
bruh?
What's going on?
Oh, I'm not Sebastian.
He's still naked and he still has no crotch. You remember those? Remember those Ken dolls from back in the day?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Well, pretty busy, but I haven't printed something in a while. But
what is your vision for like the figures? Do you want like, double joints, butterflies? What are you, or just like 5 points? Keep it classic.
Yes and yes.
Okay.
I would honestly like to take this sculpt, and I've been thinking about this actually because now that I finished kind of contract work, I'm only doing sneak attack and personal stuff, which I started this new thing that I'm working on. But I was thinking, like, if I ever do a Kickstarter or something along the lines for my own work, how would I approach it? First of all, I want to let the community in early. So I want to show, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I don't know where it's going, but I want you to be a part of it. Saying that, I was thinking about a Kickstarter type that basically you take one sculpt and you give it different tiers. So this is like, okay, here's this character articulated. Here's this character not articulated, like at all. Maybe posed, or maybe just like a T pose, kind of like this. So give people a couple of options, and obviously the budgets will be different. And you could even approach it as like a 5 POA kind of 3/4 figure.
Sure.
So I'm sure that is a logistical nightmare.
Yes.
but
the vision sounds.
But one can dream. I think it's mostly like, I think it's that thing you said, vision. So I think it's take one thing and package it differently, and then you have the people that are like the diehards that will pick all of it up, or people that will pick up the $25 figure or the $60 figure.
Right.
But to answer your question, I would love if I could do it or partner with somebody that could do it. I would love to have these be really articulated, kind of like this guy.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
ultra.
Then you could do all those moves and you could do all those things. But for me, I would much rather have like a single jointed figure and have more budget for like expressions and effects and stuff like that, because I feel like this movie has really good expressions. So and I'm also not, like, as you can see behind me, I'm not a poser. Like, mine stuff stays like what's it called, museum
static and museum posed.
That was a really long-winded way to answer that question. But
honestly,
you are still working on it, but you're giving us the background. It's what people want to hear. People are here to see and hear from you, Seb.
It's just how my brain works.
I mean, you could honestly have like a squads version of it, or a Fubi version.
Yeah.
Where it's, very there's different tiers, like you said. So it is like you're offering those options to the specific collector.
I think.
What kind of collector are you?
I'm not gonna do a poll. I'm not gonna do a poll or anything. But in the chat, if you wanna write whether you would like articulated or like squad style, if you wanna write that, maybe I could always use some data.
Yeah, a little litmus test.
A little data, but
fair enough.
Yeah,
I did want to put a poll in the chat though, just as we're about to wrap up, because I do know we've given all of our selections. Again, BG 3 is Cool Runnings, 2 is Space Jam, 1 is Sandlot. My 3 is Cool Runnings. Even though I put You Got Served just to mix things up, just for funsies.
You're crazy
Same list
for
for
that
me.
one, but you actually turned me on it to where I want to watch the movie again. I know it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, how is this sports? But then
there's a whole big competition where they got to win money.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. If I
around.
went to the Olympics, it's a sport. And then Seb, number 3, Mighty Ducks 2. Solid choice, D2. The Ducks are back. Number 2 is Sandlot. Number 1 is Space Jam. So I did want to put in here just to say it seems like Space Jam and Sandlot are both up there for a lot of people. I think those are really fair and decent picks. So I just want to say which is better, or which do you choose? Which is the best, right? Because they're both good. We're not saying one's bad, but just which is the best. We're gonna do 1 for Sandlot or 2 for Space Jam.
This is the rank segment of our show.
Yeah, I'm just putting the poll. We're gonna start the poll. Let's see. All right, boom. So yes, put a 1 in the chat for Sandlot, put a 2 in the chat for Space Jam if you are still watching, because I know we are drawn to a close.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Now, we did not even go into the impact of the Beast.
Now, we didn't. Or even James Earl Jones and how that kind of brought it. Yeah.
Jones.
Well, I feel like personally, James Earl Jones's character, I know it's not canonically correct, but if you are familiar, we're talking about sports movies, and this will definitely come back when we just talk general sports movies, not just kid sports movies. But
yeah,
Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars. James Earl Jones is in that with Richard Pryor and, of course, none other than Lando Calrissian himself, Mr. Mahogany, Billy D. Williams.
Yes, sir.
But James Earl Jones plays a Negro League baseball player in that movie. And so him being older and then in Sandlot, like I watch both those movies with my daughter. And she was kind of like, is that the same character? And I'm like, in my head it is. And I love that you made the same connection.
That's right.
They're not the same character, but it's just kind of a fun thought. But please, yes, go on to Quip. Or no, well, I just noticed the Quip here, but go on to talk about the Beast.
Well, the Beast. Did you guys grow up with any like animal where you're walking around the block?
Yes.
And there would be like a roar or at least a sign, if they even gave a damn, to let you know, beware of dog.
Did you, Seb?
Yeah, dude. When we lived in La Serena, which was kind of in the middle of Chile, it's like a beach city. There was we lived in, basically it was like up on the hills. So I remember we lived on this street and there was a street on top of us. And we rode our bikes around and we got chased by a dog that got loose, or it was loose. I don't remember. But we made it out thankfully, we were able to pedal fast enough that we made it out. For some reason, either I didn't tell my family or I told them and they forgot. I'm not really sure what happened. But my younger brother, Chris, he ended up getting bit by this dog.
Oh my God.
And thankfully, like nothing. I don't even remember I'm sure they took him to the doctor. I don't remember if they did or not. But thankfully, it wasn't like a crazy story. He ended up being okay. But he did get, like, there was blood. And I remember my family being like pissed. And I think they went to like confront the person that owned the dog or whatever. But a lot of the times, like if you have an aggressive dog and you don't kind of give a damn what happens to it, you already know going in that whoever you speak to probably doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
But that was like my one experience with something like that. And I still remember it to this day.
I had similar experiences. So I guess two different stories. One, where we grew up, there were all these paths that went like behind everyone's houses. So it was just a bunch of chain link fences like facing each other, and then like sidewalks winding all through the neighborhood. And that's kind of the network that the kids would travel on. And we used to always like ride our bikes through what we called Dog City, because there were a bunch of different types of dogs. And there was a giant, I don't even know if this is a breed. We used to call it a horse dog, but this thing was gigantic and white with flowing hair. And it was big. Like we're talking like Great Dane sized. And that dog was honestly a sweet dog, but we just because it was big, we were like, oh my goodness, it's so scary. It's a beast, right? And so we used to like we'd be riding our bikes along, and then I remember mentally preparing like my younger brother who's like with us now, like with my group of friends, and hey, like you just gotta pedal as hard as you can. If you fall behind,
I will leave you behind.
Yeah, like you don't have to be the fastest. Just don't be the slowest.
Carry you.
This is not Saving Private Ryan.
No.
So that everyone killed. Yeah. And then I do remember there was one story. I had to have been in like 3rd or 4th grade, and I was taking out the garbage. And there was like a group of younger kids that were playing around. And mind you, I'm not old. I'm in 3rd or 4th grade. But they were littler. And then this dog somehow got off the leash, got out, whatever. And it was making a beeline towards these little girls that were like playing in their yard. And I went into like Captain America mode of just run up on the dog and just hit it from the side, like shoulder check it.
What?
And it bit me like right here. But like I had checked it hard enough to where it was like, okay, it kind of like nipped me, but then it also kind of like went running off too.
Scary.
So then I go back in the house and I explained to my parents what happened. And then again, they're like, oh, you got bit? No, where did it come from? And so yeah, they're like all worked up too because I got bit. But again, it drew blood, but it wasn't too bad. There's no scar or anything. But I do remember them giving me a pat on the back, like, "Oh, so you did it to protect these other little kids, these little girls that were over there."
Badass, dude. Cool.
You're like a hero.
You're like, you guys know who Zach Thomas is, the linebacker of the Dolphins from back in the day?
Zach Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you straight up Zach Thomas, that dude.
Oh my god, dude.
But those are my 2 big beast stories.
God, Quib, you're such a man's man.
He's a badass.
Damn.
Like, let it be known.
I really am not.
He plays sports.
Let it be known he fought the beast and won.
Karate.
But it wasn't even like. But again, I was still. So when I was really little, I was afraid of dogs. I don't know what it was, but something just kicked in of. Okay, I can at least help these kids. Like I'm not.
Haven't you seen those stories of like mothers lifting cars of their kids?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Hulk style, dude. I do have a story. I have a story too. So, growing up, my favorite video store, Family Video, was literally kind of in that network of Hound Alley, where there's like somebody's house is here on the corner with their dogs, and then right over here too. So you would have to either you're coming from the east, you're coming from the west, you would have to pass fierce dogs. And I don't know why I say this to this day, but Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Rottweiler. I say it with a Jamaican accent. I don't know why.
It's funny how we just pick up things like that. Like, yeah.
But on the corner where we'd like to kind of pivot our way to enter to Family Video were 2 Rottweilers, and they were big, fierce dogs. You'd have to pass. You'd have to pass them. And they always were outside. They weren't like, I don't get it. I really don't. It's like, if you have pets, bring them inside. Let them chill. They're always outside.
And it's funny when you said you had to like go past them in an alley, like it just in my head, I know this might not be the setup, but I was thinking like both dogs. I don't know if it's like a never ending story type deal where you've got only the truest of heart can pass through this alley. Otherwise you're going to get attacked by these
because
dogs.
It is like a dog alley. So it's like you have to pass through. You have dogs over here, dogs over here. Regardless of it, chain link fence, you kind of knew in your mind if you didn't go fast enough, they're jumping this fence and getting on you before you get to the video store. So we would run through it. One time, I don't know why. I don't even know how. But the chain was weak and they went under. And they chased us. Like we couldn't pedal fast enough. And nobody got bit. But we did not make it to the video store that day.
You went somewhere else. Yeah.
We just zoomed through it. Wait a minute. Are you muted?
Yeah, I'm muted. Did you all stay together like a herd, like kids naturally?
No,
no, or did
probably
you
not.
scatter?
Broke off.
Yeah,
Broke
Okay,
off. It's
all right.
like
Everyone
whatever.
scatter,
Like
and then whichever dog
whatever.
chooses to chase you, maybe you get lucky and the dog doesn't chase you.
dude. When I was
You.
Every
I
man for
didn't.
themselves.
I don't have much. Obviously, I don't hang out with family that much because they all live in Chile. But remember, before I moved here, I would go on vacation, and we went to visit this family members that we didn't really know too well. But they had a daughter that maybe was like 5 at the time, maybe a little bit younger. But her comfort movie was Jurassic Park, which we thought was crazy.
Comfort movie?
She would watch it, and I think she was like 4 or 5, and she liked the dinosaurs like messing with the humans. And they had a Rottweiler, and this thing literally had like the reflection. It literally looked like it had red eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be inside, but it would be gnawing on like the trim of the window, and you would see this thing just like look at you in the window and just like eat actual wood. And I was just like, why would you have this in your house?
That eats wood. Yeah.
But you could tell that it was just like trying to get whatever energy he had, whatever demons were coming out of him, they were being manifested in that way. But this was just a house that just had like bad energy all the way through.
Jeez.
And I remember Rottweilers and Dobermans have always been a thing of like, I do respect people that have Dobermans that like train them really well. And I've seen a couple where they walk really nicely and they do all the thing where like they stay next to them kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been wary about having any kind of pet that could kill something.
Yeah.
If it makes one mistake, you know what I mean? Like if it has one bad day, it's done.
That's fair. I mean, I've met owners that have dogs. I mean, as I got older, I realized the bigger dogs usually are more gentle. I mean, if they're trained proper and if you're not antagonizing them. And it's the little dogs that are yippy because they don't get the same sort of correction or training because it's, they're little, it's cute, blah, 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 like chihuahuas.
They also want to try, what is it, the Napoleon complex?
Yeah, they want to back you down like they might nip at you. But what used to frustrate me more than anything else was when people were like, oh no, they don't bite, they're just do they have teeth, then they bite. So they may not have bitten a person yet, or maybe they didn't bite a person hard, but they bite. So train your animals, train your dogs. At this point, it's funny,
train yourselves.
Train yourselves on how to behave around animals. So
it's fine, just don't bite.
Quit, wait until you meet my cats.
Oh,
just wait.
Your cats are gonna love me. I already know. Take off my glasses. Let them sniff the little.
Just watch, Brandon. Quip is gonna.
I'll just like whistle. I got like a small little whistle for the cats, and they just like attack.
That's pretty cool. No, Jack. You got attack cats. That's pretty rad.
That would be awesome.
All right, so wrapping it up. All right, we've got which is the best? Type 1 or 2 in the chat. Sandlot takes it with 71% of the vote.
Not even close.
Space Jam coming in second, which is okay. Again, these are our lists. I'm just curious to hear what
we do a 2-hour stream by with just the three of us?
Because we're good like that, bro.
Oh no, we have fun chopping it up.
It's because we started at 9. We gotta make it tight again next week.
Yeah. We'll start at 9. We'll tighten it up even more. We'll even see, because now I'm missing Gotham City tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
might still be going.
I was gonna say go watch him.
Yeah, watch Gotham City tonight with Dole and Alex and
apparently it's summer of Gotham, I guess.
Okay,
summertime in Gotham.
Yeah,
cool. So are they doing Mondays and Wednesdays?
I have no idea. All I heard was Dole is making his face known through the YouTubes. So everybody be wary. He may be coming for your streaming night.
Yeah.
Well, none of us. There's plenty of room for everybody. It's like we just talked about, right? We can always, whether you're part of the replay crew, I'm sure a couple people are over there watching.
I like that thing that people do on Twitch where they do raids. Have you seen
they raid a stream?
Yeah. So basically on Twitch, like if a streamer has a big community or whatever and they're watching, he's like, hey, chat, I'm going to drop off, but let's raid this guy. And usually it's people that don't have many viewers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fun.
That's cool. Out of nowhere, like 1,000 people will join this dude streaming. He's like, oh my God,
That's pretty dope.
And that is very
Hot
Benny
summer.
the Jet. That is in the spirit of Benny the Jet, welcoming people who might be newer, might be just starting off, finding their footing, such as ourselves, still figuring stuff out.
Man.
But that is a great way. Gotham City Raid.
Let's do it. Tell them that the Blurred Alert.
Yeah, they're gonna have some Blurred Alert.
I'll probably hop on myself, go over and listen to them if they're still going. But yeah, no, this was fun. It's always great chopping it up with you guys. I like the episodes where it is just us and we're getting the vibe as well. Love having guests on as well, but it is fun to just have the core crew just
hey,
this was mad
you should go back to our first episodes and watch them. We have grown a lot. Well, you've been charismatic the whole way through, but myself, I have grown a lot.
You're like,
I can say I have too. I've gotten better
you
audio.
got the mic now. You're getting the pro setup. You got more stuff in your background than me. I'm clearing some stuff out, just because. Again, shout out to Danny and Esther Arriaga for those of you who were following Gum It Up Makers. Again,
they're still there.
Cool. It's a cool running story. They have not given up. They didn't meet the initial goal, but they're kind of pivoting. Making lemonade out of the lemons. Love that pivot that they had in their story where they were talking about maybe having stone versions, looking into something like a little more limited run for Gum It Up Makers. And they're still going to come back stronger than ever. They're regrouping. So still stay tuned. Gum It Up Makers, that story has not ended yet, but did just want to shout out Danny and Esther Arriaga. We support you wholly, fully, and whatever you've got cooking, we're definitely going to be championing y'all as well. But with that, let's go ahead and sign off. Seb, BG, do you have any last nickels, dimes, anything you want the people to be looking out for this coming week?
This week,
just check out the Kickstarter for Sneak Attack Toys. The
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah, it's doing pretty well, and I think it's also doing well on Big Bad Toy Store, which is cool. So yeah, go check it out, support it. If not, share it. I know they hit their 60,000, and I think there's a tier where at 75 you get the little free base, which I sculpted like my first week at work. So yeah, that's it. But just stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in, and we're on our way to Comic-Con, huh?
Man, oh man,
we are. And it's getting close, and we're all going to be there. It's going to be fun.
We should probably announce that the what is it the
what are we announcing, dude?
well the whole like Toy Tubers
the Toy Tubers Unite. That's a good call out. I was gonna like bring that up. Yes, that is going to be taking place. There is an Eventbrite. It's being sponsored by Sneak Attack. It's being sponsored by Mondo. It's being sponsored by Blake of Toy Collector Magazine as well.
Hatter Friends.
It's being sponsored by Hatter. Crazy. So many rad people making toys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be there. BG's gonna be there. Seb's gonna be there.
We're gonna find a little corner and just do like a little live,
just a Blurred Alert,
a little mini Blurred Alert live, because there's not gonna be any panels. So
we could actually do it, to be honest. So we have to like kind of organize.
We're gonna rank and ramble YouTubers in real time.
Should we? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Just like rank these dudes.
I guess including ourselves, but yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But we will be there. So
but I can share that info. Probably I should share it in the description. But yes, you can look on Eventbrite for Toy Tubers Unite, Geek Dad Life presents, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
I talked to Tech; he's gonna be there, so it's fun.
Awesome. And I think Danny and Esther are gonna be there as well. So
I think they're at the party. They don't know if they're gonna go to Comic-Con yet, but
they're gonna.
They might be interested in going to Comic-Con. They don't have tickets. If anybody has a lead on tickets, let them know.
Let them know.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, with that, let's go ahead and sign off. Go spend some time with the wifeys who are very supportive of us as well. Thank you to those of you in the chat who were able to join us. And again, make it fun. The live chat is what makes these things fun as well. And then again, shout out to the playback crew for watching as well. But y'all could have spent you could have spent your Monday evening anywhere. And you chose to spend it with us, chat. So we appreciate you. But with that, go forth, do great things, take care of yourselves and each other. We out, chat.